We are at the Bio on the Bayou Bullpen KOL interviews, and I am excited to be with one of my longtime favorite people who is now a colleague up the road at LSU Innovation, Aileen Dingus. She has been a trailblazer in the innovation ecosystem in many different ways, Arizona, other places, but really, really changing the way things are done. So I'd love to start off by asking you to tell us a little bit more about your background, how you got here, and yourself.
Okay. My background, I spent a lot of time at the University of Arizona, Tech Launch Arizona, go Wildcats. I worked with a lot of startup teams there. And one of the things I realized was there is a lot of room for diversity, not only in our researchers, but in our startup formers, our mentors, everything. So it's been a real point of mine to reach out to more diverse people within our entire ecosystem from start to finish. And I hope to continue that here in New Orleans now that I'm back home. I lived here prior to my time in Arizona and came back as soon as I could.
And you're actually back in the same building you left, aren't you?
Yes. I was in apartment B, now I'm in apartment D.
So she moved on up to the top. Well, Aileen, I would love for you now to tell us a bit more about what you're doing now at LSU Innovation. What kinds of things are you working on?
Sure. I work a lot with the I-Corps program. Many of you know about National Science Foundation Innovation Corps. It teaches our researching teams and our startup teams how to find out if there's an actual fit for what they're developing so they don't spend 40 years and all of their money to find out that nobody wants their mousetrap. I joke that it's marketing 101 for scientists. I'm very fortunate in my current position. I work not only with LSU teams, but with teams throughout the Southwest Regional I-Corps Hub. So I work with 9 institutions from Mississippi to Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Louisiana. So I get to see the full gamut of what we are really doing here in the South and Southwest. We have not only, the agnostic cohorts, but we are also running bilingual cohorts and cohorts for veterans and indigenous inventor cohorts. So it's very fun to see all of what's coming out of our area.
If I can ask a little bit of a follow-up, what is the biggest challenge and the biggest opportunity you see for us in the region? Because you've got kind of this overview of the Gulf South, this region now. What do you see as, A, the challenge we face kind of in this space, and B, the opportunity you see that we can position ourselves differently?
Specifically speaking about Louisiana, Mississippi, the actual Gulf Coast part of Texas, is Mother Nature tries to kill us a lot. And people see that as a huge risk. They don't want to come and build their business here because, something might come and try to wash it off the map. But what I think is such a, I think what's good about that is it shows that the people who stay here are resilient.
I love that word. It's true.
They care about being here. My husband jokes that we're here because we're not fit to live anywhere else.
I think it's the case for most people, especially in New Orleans.
But I think it also shows that people who live here by choice are dedicated to being here and making it a better place.
Absolutely. So that's spirit.
I moved here after Katrina. And the thing I was very wary of is I didn't want to be seen as some kind of northern carpetbagger. And I think that is the feeling of a lot of people here, especially in the entrepreneurship and innovation ecosystem.
Well, that leads perfectly to our last question, which is always our last kind of bullpen question. The community at Bullpen and Bio on the Bayou is all about finding someone, helping them, and repeating. But this is the chance for people in our KOL interviews to make their ask of the community. And what can these communities do to help you? So what would your ask be?
I need mentors for my teams. I want everybody who has any expertise in anything to give me a call or drop me an email. People say, oh, I never started my own business. I don't care. Do you have a specialty? Because at some point, somebody is going to need that specialty.
And it doesn't have to be just biotech for you, right? Because you're
Oh,
across
no,
all disciplines.
I am across all things. One of my favorite stories is I used to work with a program where somebody mentioned as a mentor, I used to do magic tricks as a kid. And somebody filed that point away. And years later, they had a startup that was doing magic and magic related and needed a mentor. And they said, oh, let me connect you. So if you know magic tricks, if you are marketing, if you are anything, small business HR, small business marketing, anything that you can do really well, let me know what it is and I will get you hooked up.
That's the kind of thing, I don't make a shameless plug for Don Davis, our producer, it's the kind of thing a CRM could help people with and help them do. And, I know that because I've seen him demo it, but let's, shameless plug for him as well.
Honestly, I used to think that an Excel spreadsheet would do it for me, but a good CRM is a tool in the arsenal.
Well, thank you so much for making time. Do you think there's anything else folks should know before we close out today?
Come to New Orleans. There is so much more here than Bourbon Street. And there is so much opportunity that it's hopping.
Well, I've converted you and your husband to one of my favorite places now, the Franklin. I know. So, it's hidden gem in the city, best high-end happy hour. And they'll message me now and be like, hey, can we go to the Franklin? And they'll cross over to go there, which says something.
We'll take a lift to get there.
But it's so great to have you back home and so great to have you up the road working with us. And I cannot wait to continue.
Thank you.